What's going on, guys? This is Play by Play Tech, episode 45. I'm your host, Moandogg Gaming, alongside my co-host, Max Chambers. Hey, I pointed the right way this time.
Ooh, good job.
that was like perfectly executed.
What's going on, man?
What's happening, dog? What's life, man? That's all I can say.
Yeah, you've been going through it, huh?
You know what though? I mean, when we were younger, we all just couldn't wait to be adults, right? Man, I can't wait to grow up and get out of my parents' house. Now it's like I can't wait to be a kid again, so somebody can take care of me.
Well, you know what? I still like being an adult more than I was a kid. So I don't know. I still like to be an adult, but I don't like the adult responsibility.
Yeah, I
So
don't. I just if I could like go back to my parents' house and just let them pay all the bills, I would be more than happy. So,
yeah,
but that's what happens when you get yourself together and you're going through life and you start learning what life is. Now you got to teach the kids, hey, don't try to go up too fast. So
yeah,
you don't want this.
yeah, and be happy and stuff. So, yeah, enjoy your childhood and stuff. I mean, I did. I know I enjoyed my childhood, so I have
Well, yeah,
no
man. I mean, we grew up to what
qualms.
man, I can still remember some of the stuff that's not. Remember WMAC Masters, man, the whole wrestling karate series.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was just it was kind of funny. I was just talking to my wife about like wrestling back in the 90s
Yeah,
and early a little bit early 2000s and stuff like that. Man, we had the best generation. I don't care what anybody say. I think we had the best generation
man.
when it comes to sports, wrestling, um games, TV shows, cartoons. Excuse me, about to sneeze.
Okay, well, I'll take over.
Excuse
Remember,
me. Movies.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm just thinking about pretty much almost every single thing. Fashion. Um, yeah. Cars.
man, you
I don't
just
care what
said
anybody
fashion.
say.
Remember about the old guest outfits we used to buy and
I was just thinking
and the
about like Fat
Jabos.
Farm
Oh
and
wow,
Fat
Fat Farm,
Farm
Fubu,
Fubu.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Echo and stuff like
But
that.
it's
Yeah, I
funny,
was
funny
and
that we
DJ,
talking.
John, and
And funny you talk
I
about
can
that,
go
right?
on and on.
Because the cartoon version, we grew up like they would never experience it. We grew up to Batman animated series, Superman animated series, Iron Man, Spider Man,
Justice
X Men,
League,
and Justice. Right. So I just saw
The
something that they're
Tick.
gonna bring back the Batman animated series. Like I'm
Oh
excited
yeah,
about that. So uh,
they need to and stuff. Cause yeah, well, it was the more I'm thinking about it, that show was pretty dark for our childhood because they WB knew it was dark and stuff. That's why it came on like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and stuff because they knew that show was a little dark and stuff. So especially what Batman was doing and stuff. So that was like the grittiest Batman, and throughout our time and stuff. So
yeah,
yeah, that was a good thing. Oh yeah, don't forget Power Rangers and
yeah, the
what was
Mighty
it,
Morphin,
Beetleborg.
the real Power Rangers. Like here's my signed Tommy Green Ranger when I went to Comic Con and took a picture with him and stuff like that. So he's like still one of my
Yeah,
favorite characters of all time, like just out of everything. Green Ranger's my favorite. And Cloud from, of course, how I am about that. Cloud Strife from Final
Final
Fantasy VII,
Fantasy.
yeah. And what's funny
Thinking
is
about
you wouldn't
that.
know who's like my third favorite character, like of all time. You wouldn't believe this, Jason
Oh,
Voorhees.
oh, really? That's
That's my
crazy.
boy. I just love. I always love Jason Voorhees. That's why I love all the Friday 13th movies. Besides that last one they had when they had Jason running, I was like, man, all right, you guys like just killed everything I grew up to.
Yeah. I mean, I was just whatever. All I'm saying is we had the best generation. I don't care what anybody say, but hands
Dude,
down when it
remember
comes to
TGIF on Fridays?
yeah,
Man, that was
yeah, all that
awesome.
show, Step by Step, Family
Yeah, Family
Matters and
Matters. Yep,
stuff.
Boy
So
Meets World.
Simpsons, yeah, Wayne's World, Boy Meets World and stuff. So Mickey Mouse Club, Saved by the
Oh
Bell,
wow! Now I didn't watch Mickey
yeah,
Mouse Club.
Martin, yeah, Martin
Yeah,
and Living
Martin and Fresh
Single.
Prince and all that.
Yeah, Fresh Prince. I mean, the list goes on and stuff. So that's why, like, kids don't have this. Everything is. YouTube,
Hmm.
streaming, and reality TV and stuff.
Yeah, they
So
won't get the nostalgia of waiting once a week to see what's going to come on next, like we did with all those shows. Excuse
yeah,
me. And dude, remember XFL, the whole football league that started for like 2 years by the Wrestling
yeah,
Federation, and I actually
yeah.
thought that was awesome. And like the only difference was like what the punting. Excuse me, the punting was different, and then it was like the rest of it was just football. And I'm like, this is
Oh
no
shit!
different.
I just forgot about that. Gladiators and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
during
yeah,
our time.
yeah.
Yeah, so that was another thing. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's yeah, our generation. Hands down. That was. I don't care what
You know what?
anybody say. They could.
One of these podcasts, we got to talk about some of these. We're not gonna go into it deep here, but I would love to talk about some of the old stuff that we grew up to and show why they were awesome and that type of stuff. So I'm looking forward to
Man,
that.
it's so many because no, like I said, newer generation and stuff like that is yeah, they're not gonna understand it because it's like that era we was in. We had internet, but it wasn't internet like the internet like how it is today. Because when I had dial up and I was trying to download a damn a new picture in JPEG, and it took like 15 minutes for that one image just to come in, and I was like, oh damn. And I was like, and then when your parents is coming home from work and you're like, oh shit, I said download this image. This image taking too long.
Do you remember the sound that dial-up made?
Yeah, it was like doo doo doo
Yeah,
doo.
dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, yeah, that's funny.
Oh man. So what games you
I digress.
playing? I don't even.
Man, I've been playing Resident Evil.
Okay.
Resident Evil Village. I still haven't finished it yet, but I just defeated the third, yeah, the third Lord. So now I'm off to the fourth one,
Okay.
which is
I
the
don't want to hear it. You do your thing. You know, switch the subject because I ain't played it
well,
yet.
yeah. So it's I can say what's the crazy part about it, even though there's more games that will be coming out this year. So far, Resident Evil takes the cake as one of the best games so far of the year, and I'm don't usually say that lightly, but no, it's that game is really fun and stuff. And then people are going crazy about these mods too. I
Oh
sent you
yeah,
guys I sent you guys some mods where they changed Ethan
to Mickey
and into
Mouse.
the Mickey. It was so funny, and they had the Mickey Mouse voice too. I don't know how they did that. It was. I was in tears watching that video because it was like the part. Well, this is not spoiler mode, but you already seen he get his hand cut off,
Oh
and it
yeah.
was Mickey Mouse hand cut off. It had Mickey Mouse voice. He was like, "Oh shit."
Dude, so I want to know how come the modding for this became so popular? Like modding has been out, but why has Resident Evil been the staple of like the mods this year? Like what made people think that this is gonna be the game that's just gonna be showing all the mods for everybody?
I think the game is so popular because they did announce this one of the fastest selling games in yeah, I think it's Capcom history. It's one of the biggest games that they ever sold. Resident Evil the Village, and I think it was one of the biggest sales. And I'm not going. I'm not. I could be misquoted, but one of the biggest games that sold for PS5 and Xbox Series X and Series S and stuff. So, no, it's a really big deal and stuff. So people consider that game very popular, and it's just the thing is that not only the gameplay is good, the story is really really good, and everybody loves the mistress. I can't think of her name. Well, I can't really
Dimitri
pronounce her
or
name.
whatever
But
her name is.
yeah, yeah, I can't pronounce her
Dimitra.
name correctly. Yeah, but everybody loves her, and everybody trying to do cosplays of her. I mean, she's an iconic character. She's one of the best iconic characters in the Resident Evil series and stuff. So yeah, she takes the cake and stuff. So compared to
Man, so
Nemesis and
yeah,
Mr.
Nemesis is
X and
true.
stuff, and yeah, she's up there. It's because it's just what she did in there. Whoever did the voice acting and stuff, It is. It was great. I mean, it's all around good story so far. So I mean, I
Yeah.
love the game and stuff. So
Well, that's good. I gotta play it. I haven't, and
it's fun.
I definitely gotta start getting back into video games again because Integrate is getting ready to come out, and I'm shutting my whole house down for that. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's another thing
yeah.
coming out and stuff. So that's kind of funny. So speaking of Renegade, it seemed like now PlayStation is coming out with a whole bunch of I could say optimized versions of the games now, and not only Final Fantasy, but we got not Uncharted, but Last of Us Part Two that
Oh
did
yeah,
their
yeah.
optimized version of it. Now it's 60 frames per second. And I wanted to ask how you felt about that and stuff. So
I can't tell you because I didn't play Last of Us Part Two, but how I feel about it, that's great.
blasphemy.
Now,
Yeah,
so will this be dynamic or will this actually be native?
that I'm not sure. I think it's checkerboard rendering, to be
Okay,
honest with you. So it's not native and stuff. So
okay.
um, I think
So
they
it's
just
a
added that feature to it, but they haven't did like a patch where it's going to be like native or native 4K and stuff. I think they did it just for the up the frames, which that's what they needed to do. That was like my only setback on that game is because it was 30 frames, and I played only a little bit of it. Now since it's 60, I've been playing the game, and it looks good. It
okay.
plays and feels great.
Okay. That'll probably be another purchase I need to grab. And then like, dude, I haven't touched my PlayStation in this is probably like 2 months now. And
Shame, shame. I
I've
wish I
been
had that bill.
I've been
Shame.
playing the Xbox, man. Just when stuff comes out on it and it's optimized for it, and then I just been enjoying the Xbox headsets. Like I just love that bass boost. So I just been getting better
Yeah.
immersion out of it,
Well, I got
So
Resident Evil on Xbox, so that's all I've been playing is Resident Evil on Xbox. So
right.
that and Destiny. And to be honest with you, I haven't really played on my PlayStation either that much, but I may pick it back up because I want to get Demon Souls
Oh, you're
because
actually
they
gonna
just
do it?
discount. Yeah, they just discounted that game from $70 to $60, and now I'm saying, yeah, I'll buy it now. It's just like I've been waiting for that game to go on discount for the longest time because I refuse to pay $70 for a
For a game that
game.
came out already.
Yeah, so that yeah, especially a game that just came out. And so I don't care what type of updates you did, remakes you did to it. I'm not paying $70 for that game and stuff. So if it was on the PC, it would have been $49 or 59. It would have been $60 and stuff. So
And you get
I don't
more out
see.
of your PC depending on the hardware, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you get
yeah,
better
you get
value.
way more out of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it just doesn't make any sense why they charging $70 and stuff. Because I don't know. That's why I like Xbox more is because I mean, don't get me wrong, Xbox doesn't set the pricing, um but I know where their exclusive games that come out for the system, they only $60. They don't go for $70 and
Yeah.
stuff. So Sony, you gotta do something about that. I understand you gotta pay the developers and the company and stuff. I know they're trying to make more money, which I'm all for those developers. They deserve the money and stuff, but $70, that's a hard pill to swallow, especially when these games gonna be coming out for PC and PC has way better performance and stuff like that. So that's just my 2 cents and stuff.
Yeah.
So
So there's
that's
been
why I
a
like Game Pass.
what's crazy, it's funny you talking about it. Now that we think about the whole upgraded what do you call it? The graphics on the PS5. There's been news about the whole Unreal Engine 5 that's getting ready to come out, or
Oh
I
yeah,
think
it
they're
just it just
testing.
came. Yeah, they just did a demo today. They did
Yeah.
another showcase.
And
Man,
it
that thing looks phenomenal.
but they said the just the whole package is 100 gigabytes no less. That's just for the engine. So we will
Yeah,
have to see we will have to see what happens once they implement that in a game. I mean, dude, Unreal Engine 4 is just freaking amazing. You know,
yeah.
I actually pulled up Unreal right here. Hold on one second. So, here's Unreal Engine 5 right here. I actually just pulled this up as we were talking. And I mean, Jesus, man.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Yeah, it's just yeah, if games start to really look like this with this generation with PS5 and Xbox Series X, man, that would be amazing and stuff. So
Wow, that is very detailed. I want to know what would come out for Unreal Engine 5. Do they have a release date for this yet?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I know I think they still developing it
Okay.
and stuff because they kept on saying early access,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I mean, they're not gonna say which developers are currently using it and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Unreal
hope
Engine
it's
has been
soon,
really good.
but to see developers really utilize that engine is gonna is that's gonna probably gonna take. You probably not gonna see anything from that Unreal Engine until like 3 years, maybe four
Yeah.
and stuff. So
What used to go toe to toe with this one was Crytek engine for Crisis, and when
yeah,
Frost engine, when Division 2 first came out, it was a really good engine, but you don't hear too much from those guys, or I shouldn't say you don't hear. I haven't paid attention enough, or nothing has drew my attention or came across my article board about any of them besides Unreal Engine 5. So but I haven't
yeah,
heard. I used to I used to love Crytek engine. It's still one of the most powerful engines because believe they upgraded
it's so
Crisis
demanding.
One. Yeah, it's very demanding, and Crisis One is still bringing high end PCs to its knees. So
Hmm.
so we'll see. I'm pretty sure Unreal Engine 5 is probably going to take the crown. As they always do. They always wow and amaze people every time they come out with one, especially with their demos and all the native integration into an algorithm to create what's on there that just blows people's minds away. It's just amazing. Maybe that's something that I'm not gonna get into it, but anyway,
Okay.
but here's another thing that has me excited. So USB Type C will soon be capable of powering an entire laptop. So currently, USB C is, I believe, 100 watts, which does a very good job. One of my old jobs, we used to use Thunderbolt, and it powered both monitors, the dock, and also charged the laptop at the same time. And that was with, I believe, 40 gigs, and I know a lot of PCs and stuff, they go off of the external graphics cards, 40 gigs, and they're able to utilize I'm confusing myself. They're able to utilize an external graphics card with that kind of power out of one cord. Now that the wattage is getting ready to increase, that's going to give a whole lot more features and a whole lot of other things off of one cable. So to me, this is freaking amazing. Apple has a perfect integration with a USB C and Thunderbolt and all that stuff. I now like my screen here is using Thunderbolt. My Thunderbolt can kick out 1440p 144 hertz like natively. So just imagine with all the extra power that's going to come behind this new USB standard. Like it's just going to be amazing. It says it's upping the wattage from 20 volts to 48 volts. I mean that is incredible. So that's also good for uh the external graphics cards because they'll be able to utilize more of the power from that graphics cards. And then now, the graphics cards are being a little bit more energy efficient. They're able to get more for less because of the shrinkage of the nano of the CPU. So,
Yeah.
so it's just gonna be amazing. That's just my theory on it. I use Thunderbolt every day. Every time you see me on this podcast, or me streaming, I use Thunderbolt because I get the native content out of Thunderbolt. So, and it's USB C standard. I'm actually doing USB C to DisplayPort for my monitor. So, and I get everything out of it, and it's just amazing. And it just opens up my
Good.
laptop for other monitors. Like right now, all of this, I have 4 screens and they're all hooked up to one laptop. And then of course I have my Series X and my PS5 is on a Elgato capture card. So and
Uh,
it's handling all this power at one time, utilizing the Thunderbolt. So I love this thing. excuse me, excuse me. Yeah, so I love this thing. I mean, have you ever used any other Thunderbolt methods?
um, actually, Well, my monitor doesn't have Thunderbolt, so it only got the display port and HDMI.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm using HDMI to Thunderbolt on my work laptop right now,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
MacBook,
Mm-hmm.
and so it works perfectly fine. It works seamlessly, so no issues and stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, so
So, my biggest question is: are you ready for E3 this year?
dude, yeah, I was just about to talk about that. Yeah, Xbox. I'm really more excited about Xbox, and I hope they redeem themselves because they supposed to show off Halo, so Halo Infinite.
You see that
I
picture? You see that picture? They better not
I'm just
disappoint
saying that
me.
they better deliver. So but yeah, so I'm excited about that, and then also too, Bethesda is what Xbox Studios Bethesda they supposed to be doing their showcase on the 13th of June,
Yep.
which I'm super excited about. So who knows what games they're gonna be talking about? I mean, it's just like they have so many games underneath that studio.
Ooh,
So
I
who
see that they're gonna do a
knows?
vow. You know, I've been waiting on that one, Max. Oops.
Yeah,
I know you
I
said
don't know.
FREESYNC.
I think you know what's the funny part is? It's just like Mike. I don't know. As in how many as much studios that Xbox have right now. I'm hoping that all their games that come out, they have to have a handful of games. They have to be AAA games and stuff. I mean, Microsoft has invested way too much money into buying these studios, and I'm just hoping that all the studios that they acquire, I hope they all come out with AAA games because the thing is that Sony's been doing too great on their side as they're coming out with their original games, and Microsoft needs to start delivering and stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm pretty sure we're gonna finally get a solid demo of Starfield. You know, a lot of people been talking about that game. I'm into those whole space explorer games, like No Man's Sky. But No Man's Sky it captures me for a hot second, and then I'm kind of out of it. I did have Star Citizen, but Star Citizen was a little too intimidating because it's so much content in that game. I also used to play Elite Dangerous, and Elite Dangerous, well, at the time when I was playing it, you you can only like fly in your ship, but they actually had a map of the entire galaxy in the game, literally every single mileage and square footage. Now, guaranteed, we don't know what's all out there in outer space or in our galaxy, but they did a map of what they thought it was, and it was literally hundreds of light years away, and you can actually, zip through space at a certain speed and get there. And it was just very, it wasn't intuitive at all. And and
mm.
what sucks about it is that when you get into those space explorer games, you have to adjust to all of the content they got because they try to make it so real. And then Elite Dangerous came out with landing on the planets because at first you can land on the planets. Then and I believe they came out where you can kind of exit your ship and explore and all that stuff. But then it's so much content it gets boring. You ever felt that before, where there's so
Mhm.
much you can't. You know what? I'll give a perfect example. Um, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's just too much in there, and when you get back on
Yeah,
the
there's a lot of
game,
stuff in there.
you gotta just put your muscle memory back and memory back with what you got to do in the game. And that's how that is. That's how especially Star Citizen it's so much, man. And in the game, I think it's still one of the highest Kickstarter games ever made. I think it averaged like $500 million or something. And then people, don't quote me on it, but it's up there. It's in the hundreds of millions. And then people were literally buying with real money $5,000 ships and $2,000 ships and $100. I'm like, dude, like the game could not be successful and you wasted all that money. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but people are hardcore fans of that stuff. So, Starfield is, from my understanding, supposed to be competitive, and Dual Universe is supposed to be competitive on that nature. And I was interested in Dual Universe, but I haven't seen any more news about it. Or maybe I just haven't looked into it. I've been on this old crypto fringe, but that's kind of what I've been looking at every day. but but those Space Explorer games, they're amazing, they're awesome, but they don't give you enough time to enjoy other games because the moment that you lack from it or don't do something with it, you start forgetting the things you're doing there because there's so much content. So but I'm actually looking forward to that. Um, Forza, we haven't talked about Forza in a while. I'm looking forward to seeing what Forza has to offer. I really think that we're going to
Nah,
get I really think that we're going to get the best visuals we ever seen out of Forza. Usually the racing games give you amazing visuals.
yeah, yeah. They're supposed to be. So the rumor is it's supposed to be another Forza Horizon, and I think it's going to be in South America or something like that, somewhere in
Okay.
South America.
Hmm.
So that's the rumor. Well, it's not the rumor, but that's what they said the location is going to be. It just if it comes out this year, that's the big question. And then on top of that too, I'm ready to see what Rare is going to come out with because rumor has it they may either show a fighting game. So what was the name of that fighting game we used that came out when we was kids? What was that Fatal Instinct?
Fatal
What's the
Fury?
name of that? No. I think it was Fatal Instinct.
Is that the one
I
where
gotta
you
look
turned
it up.
into an animal and all that stuff?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, Rare is actually a good developer. And
Yeah,
then
so and then who knows, they may show some perfect dark and
yeah, that's
stuff.
that's actually
So
one of the things they're mentioning on here.
yeah, so that's kind of like um oh, Killer Instinct. That's what I meant to say. I don't know why I say Fatal
Oh,
Instinct.
well, I mean,
Yeah, Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct been out.
Killer Instinct. Well, no, they say they may come out with a new Killer Instinct and stuff
Okay.
because the Killer Instinct came out for Xbox One, and
Then it came
I
out with
think that
Killer
was
Instinct 2, I believe.
no, it was just Killer Instinct on the Xbox One, and then they just added like season passes to it, where they
Oh,
added
okay.
more characters to it, and that was it. And then who knows, they may come out with another. It was pretty fun actually. I enjoyed playing that game and stuff. So hopefully they come out with another Killer Instinct on the Xbox Series X because we need more fighting games and stuff. It's not
Yeah.
haven't been a lot of fighting games on the system so far, and yeah, hopefully that'll be one of the announcements because I'll definitely play that game.
It's funny. You funny you
Killer
say
Instinct.
that because I have Killer Instinct for Super Nintendo. I actually have the actual cartridge in the system, and I also have Killer Instinct Gold for the Nintendo 64, which is pretty garbage,
Yeah.
but I have it. I have it, and I think at the time when Killer Instinct came out for the 64, uh, you might as well bought it for the Super Nintendo because it seemed like they didn't change the graphics really, but it just looked a little better. It kind of reminded you of Mortal Kombat, the first one, and then it was a jump to Mortal Kombat 3. But Mortal Kombat 3 was on the appropriate system, not a system that can do 3D rendering, you know.
Hmm.
So that was the difference between the two, and why I don't think Killer Instinct Gold was that popular when it came out for 64. And I think Nintendo was going through the whole thing where um they had to do the mature thing. They didn't like all the blood and violence and stuff at the time when it was on their system. So,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
So they changed that up.
yeah, because remember when Mortal Kombat Trilogy came out, you had to put the code in to get all that stuff, so
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, man. So yeah, E3 is looking pretty good. I hope at
Yeah, they're supposed
E3.
to do a. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. I
No,
was
you're
just gonna
good.
say also, they're supposed to be doing a Far Cry gameplay revealing this week, this Friday. So that's something to be excited about.
Yeah. I'm hoping to see. I've read a couple articles saying it won't happen, but I'm hoping it happens. But Final Fantasy 7 remake part 2. I hope they show
Yeah, that would
something of
be
it.
that would be crazy.
Yeah,
That would
that
be
would be
nice.
amazing. Maybe a little bit of Fable and Elder Scrolls. I don't think really we're going to get that, but I'm just mentioning it. What I expect. Ooh, I do expect to see more of if they do this. I don't know how big of a studio they are, but some more Monkey King gameplay. Uh,
Yeah.
that one and maybe the Crimson Desert one, but I think they showed enough of Desert because remember that was later on down the line. They actually just show that, right? So I'm looking forward to that. Um, who else? So we talked about what about Capcom? You think they're gonna have something else? I know they just released Resident Evil. You think they'll come out with another Street Fighter?
Ah, I don't know. They'll be interested if they come out with a Street Fighter, or they may come out with a uh I don't know. Maybe another Street Fighter game or Monster. I don't know. I don't know if they'll come out with another Monster. Well, they could. I mean, they could
Well, Monster
easily.
Hunter World is still running strong, man. That's
Yeah. So
that game is
I
amazing.
don't know what coming up from Capcom side. Like I said, it would or they could do um what was it, Dead Rising. That would be interesting and stuff. So
Wasn't
come out
Dying
with
Light
Dead Right.
supposed to come out so many times ago?
Yeah, actually, they supposed to do some type of gameplay trailer in the coming weeks. I don't know and stuff. So,
Did you ever play the first one?
who?
First one was actually pretty good.
No, I didn't play Dying Light and stuff. I
It
never
was
got
actually
into
really
it.
good. It was actually a really good game.
Yeah.
The whole Left 4 Dead. I mean, is that even out yet? Did that come out yet? Finally, the Back for Blood.
No, it's gonna come out this fall. It got pushed.
Oh,
It's
see, I didn't know
supposed to
that.
come out. Yeah, it's supposed to come out this summertime, but it got pushed to fall. Yeah, because I think it's under Warner Games, and that's kind of like the interesting part. Warner is being sold, so this is kind of like interesting times. So with everything with Warner, AT&T doesn't want to be in the media business anymore, so now they sold it to Discovery.
Yeah.
And now Discovery is in the process of selling a lot of Warner assets. So they're including their game division. So I don't know if we even going to get a Batman game next year. So because where everything
But
is going in limbo.
I thought Batman. I thought Gotham Knights was supposed to come out.
Yeah, it wasn't coming out this year. You may got pushed to next year.
Oh
So
man.
with everything is happening with them being sold, who knows who's going to pick it up? Because if Disney buy them, then the question is that who's developing games and so forth? Does Disney want to deal with the video game industry? And, Disney doesn't really do that. They usually just license their IP and stuff, and then so they could get paid and have the developer just do whatever they want with the video game, and then long as Disney get their money and stuff. But with Warner kind of having their own game division and stuff, kind of like Mortal Kombat, NetherRealm and stuff like that. Um, I I don't know. And stuff. So I don't know if they're gonna come out with a game Gotham Knight or not. So
Well,
those are good questions. Or a Mortal Kombat game or a Mortal Kombat movie and stuff. But they did say the stuff that is already in production. It says it's supposed to come out. Like the new Aquaman movie. What else? Flash.
yeah, but
Flashpoint. It's
all those were Zack Snyder's vision of them. So and WB's been
Yeah,
so against Zack
yes.
Snyder. I don't know what to expect.
So I don't know. I mean, so rumor has it Disney may buy them or buy Warner Media and stuff like that. Or I'm hoping that maybe Netflix will pick them up, but it's just the question it's going back to the video game division. Like, who's going to pick up the video game division? But then again, Netflix may pick it up, and then they may announce, you say, you know what, we're going to stream these games. And I say we want to get into the gaming industry, and they may come out with the same thing as Xbox, Game Pass and stuff. So who knows? I don't know. I'm just throwing some rumors out there, speculation and stuff.
Well,
I could be totally
I
wrong
tell you
and
what
stuff,
though,
but
my thoughts on it though, with the whole Disney and DC thing. I don't know. I think Disney's pretty smart, right? They're not going to put Marvel Studio producers on DC. They need folks that's like how Zack Snyder is deeply buried into the roots of the whole DC universe, and it would be great to be able to see Disney work with, if they were to pick them up and they were to get Zack Snyder to finish his vision of it, to help them out or use the research they did as far as Marvel. I think it would be an amazing movie. On my opinion, whether or if Netflix pick it up, but if Netflix picks it up, I think it would more so be a Netflix likes to be different from everybody, and I think it'd be more so a series like WB, but on Disney level type of deal. Because for an example, Mandalorian. when you watch Mandalorian, it's like watching an actual Star Wars movie, but it's a TV show. Or when you watch any of the kind of the TV releases of the Marvel universe, like Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision, those feel like you're actually going to the theater because they have that theater movie quality in them, but it's a series, So, and I think Netflix has the resources to do that. But I think Disney kind of took it to the next level when it comes to watching. Take just compare how Disney does their series and how CW does theirs. CW kind of give you that TV regular nostalgia of watching shows. Feel like you're watching a Law and Order of superheroes. But then when you watch Disney's version of TV shows, it's like watching movies but in different series. So I hope that if for your example, if Netflix was to pick it up, I hope it's movie quality, episodes instead of the whole
Yeah.
TV kind of look. Because I love that. Like Mandalorian to me feels like you actually watching a Star Wars movie. That's how it feels when I watch Mandalorian. And it's just amazing. And when you watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, it feels like you're watching. Well, there's some parts that kind of shy from it, but it still makes you feel like you're watching an actual movie, like you're in the theater. It has that cinematic thing and graphics to it. So you know, that's why I think either way it go, I think it'd be a good move. Netflix is getting really good with all these new, like there's so many TV shows I got to catch up with that just came out. I mean, it's amazing. Right now, I'm in the middle of watching Castlevania, the new series.
Yeah, I just
Um,
finished that. Yeah, that's
okay,
amazing.
yeah, Castlevania is
Yeah,
amazing.
I think hands down is one of the best anime series I say in a while and stuff. And I don't take that lightly and stuff, but what they have done with that show is short of amazing. I mean,
I mean,
it has a
the
good
animators are just beautiful, man.
I mean, they took the story of the game and it is good. I mean, it's like the story is good, the animation is good, the fighting, which is beyond good. I mean, the fight scenes is spec. I mean, it's crazy how good it is and stuff. I mean, it's like mixed up with Dragon Ball to Naruto to
Mhm.
Bleach to I mean you name it, it's like everything all mixed together and stuff, especially when it comes to the fight sequence, which is just crazy and
Mhm.
stuff. So hands down one of the best series around. And they ended that season. I mean that story. They ended that story. They tied every single knot on that story. It's no question about what if this or what if that. I mean everything had a great conclusion on that season and stuff. I think you'll be happy when you finish that show.
Yeah, don't tell me, but I'm hoping they bring Dracula
I'm
back.
not. I'm
Cause
not gonna. I'm not gonna tell you
oh,
anything.
okay,
But I think once you finish that show, you won't say to yourself like, "Dang, I kind of wish there was more episodes." Yeah, it would have been great, but at the same time too, how the way they ended it is kind of like, "Damn, this is good and stuff." It's I can see why they want to leave it off with this type of ending and stuff like that. There was a good 4 seasons and stuff, and this is something that they don't need to go back to that story ever again unless they do something that is completely alternative from Castlevania and
yeah.
stuff like
I
that.
I will
So,
say that if they were to come out with, or maybe I haven't paid attention to it, like a 4K Blu-ray version of, I will buy it. Or like a series where you can buy it where it goes on Google or your what do you call it, the movies anywhere play. What's the name of the one you put me on, Max, where it bundles all your stuff together?
movies
Movies
everywhere
everywhere.
or Voodoo.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, as long as you have a Netflix account, you have it there. I mean, but Netflix have sold their movies as like Blu-ray and 4K, like
Like I would get it.
Stranger
I would
Things.
get it.
Like Stranger Things is you could go anywhere and buy that as a physical disc wise. But I
Mhm.
mean I mean right now is I'm good with Netflix and stuff. But that show is good. I mean
Mhm.
I think that's one of the best shows on Netflix and stuff. Hands down,
Yeah, yeah,
hands down.
we've been really be getting some good content from. I guess this is like a build up from last year, how everything was kind of shut down, and they really put some emphasis
Yeah.
and put some hard work behind a lot of stuff that comes out, especially in the anime department. You know, we've talked about Blood of Zeus and the one I just recently
Oh, that
watched.
was so good
Oh, that
too.
was
Yeah.
amazing. And what was it, Yakase, the the Black Samurai or whatever? Like that was freaking
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
Mm,
Yasuke. Yeah,
Yasuke, yeah, Yasuke. And
that
but
was good.
I'm still waiting on Baki and what do you call it? King and Ashura. So I'm definitely waiting for those. I just fell in love with the whole Baki thing. But I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I think yeah, Netflix is really coming out with their original anime, and that's one thing that I mean, I think a lot of other streaming companies are taking note of this and stuff, but with Netflix subscription, I used to get so upset as in saying like, why they charging more every single year
right.
and stuff, and now it got to a point that I can see why they are charging more is because they really are investing into their original titles and stuff. So I that's one thing that I noticed about Netflix and their original titles. Sometimes it's a hit and miss, but some of their stuff is really good and stuff. So um I don't know. But going back to the whole Warner Media and stuff like that, if Netflix does buy them, that'll be good. But I'm kind of hoping it brings Microsoft or Xbox to buy the gaming portion of Warner, and hopefully they'll get their Dark Knight and then the Batman IP and then um yeah, Batman IP and Superman, Suicide Squad, whatever games that they working on and stuff, Lords of the Rings and stuff like that. Hopefully they'll get that and stuff. But I don't know. Now I'm getting to a point that I don't know if the Xbox should get it because now Xbox is getting
They
so
got everything.
big.
They got everything.
So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just wondering about their gaming side because I find it interesting that AT&T they bought Warner and they were so interested in doing the whole media stuff, and then when COVID happened they lost so much money, and now AT&T don't just want to just sell it and stuff. So they sold it to Discovery, and now Discovery is saying like, you know what, we want to do a shuffle, we want to sell this or whatever the case may be and stuff. So I don't know. It's interesting times and stuff. It just sucks for us because a lot of stuff that was in development or it may be in development now it's going to be put on hold and stuff, and we're just suffering as fans. Like DC side, on DC movie side, we probably not going to see another DC movie for a very long time, except for the stuff that is like currently in development, like Black Adam, The Rock.
Oh,
uh
The Rock has been promoting that like crazy.
yeah,
Mhm.
Flashpoint, Flash. I mean, that's in production, and I think Aquaman 2 is in production, and so I think those three movies are. I think they're the only one from DC is in production. But we're supposed to have. Oh yeah, and the Batman. Batman's supposed to be coming out too. Because that's already done. But it's just like after that, it's going to be a dry spell because everything is going to
There's
transition to whoever picks up the company. So that's kind of like the question. So it's like
there's been
we
a
don't
lot
know
of
anything
talks
about
or
Superman.
yeah.
We don't know about we don't know about Wonder Woman. We don't know about if they're gonna come out with a Cyborg or a new Justice League movie. And so those are kind of like things I kind of like think about as I'm like, don't know. So
There's been rumors saying that they're debating on Ben Affleck still being Batman, and if he does, they're gonna make a TV series of it. I'm happy with that if that happens. I don't
if
know
they
how
do that,
true.
that'll be great.
Yeah,
But
but if that's
But
true,
the
like
thing is
I'll be happy.
that's just rumors and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And I don't know. I don't know for AT&T to sell Warner and stuff like that. And one of the biggest rumors why AT&T is selling is because I mean they lost a lot of money with COVID, and then on top of that too, when they had the same day as streaming, like I said, it going to the movie theaters. AT&T lost a lot of money off of that because like the movies that are supposed to be streaming the same day, they're not making money like it is in the theaters. The only thing that made money was Godzilla versus Kong, and then Mortal Kombat. But all the other movies just
yeah,
did bad.
yeah.
So
Godzilla versus Kong and Mortal Kombat kind of finally set high standards for movies again because it was kind of lacking a little bit because Wonder Woman. It was all right. It didn't have that wow factor like the first one. Um,
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
yeah,
And usually I even though I say movies are okay, I usually buy those movies. It's not even worth it because I usually buy every movie that I go to the movies to see. I usually end up buying it on 4K Blu-ray, whenever it comes out. But this movie is like that Wonder Woman movie. I don't know. It was just, it's not, it wasn't terrible, but it just wasn't great. It was just, I don't know. It was just a hard pass
it
for
was all
me
right.
and
It was
stuff.
all right.
So
That's all
yeah,
I can say. I'm not gonna say it's the best.
I'm not trying to butcher the
Hmm.
movie and stuff, but it just, I don't know. It just had a lot of potential for that movie. That's all.
That
That's
movie
all
is the
I'm gonna
kind of
say.
movie where if you're in the middle of something and it cuts on, you can like literally just play on your phone and just do whatever on your phone and look up at the movie for a couple seconds and look down
Yeah,
on
you could just go
it.
ahead and yeah, you can clean up the
Just leave
house,
it
do
on
laundry and
right.
stuff like that.
But you'll
Yeah, you
watch
come to
it.
the room and he's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you have it on and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, it's just like, oh okay,
It's
yeah,
nothing
oh
that's
you're on
gonna
that scene,
stop
okay,
me. It's nothing that's gonna stop me and make me
yeah.
sit down. Like I can always rewatch a Marvel movie, sit down and just be like, you know what, I can watch some Iron Man again, or I can watch Avengers again. You know that type of thing.
And the funny thing is, I just rewatched Man of Steel,
Man,
and
it still was
it gave me
great.
a whole yeah, it gave me a whole new appreciation because I just looked at the movie again. At first, when I looked at it, I said, "Oh, this movie's all right," but then I just looked at it again last night, and I was like, "Damn, Zack Snyder, he was really on to something with Superman."
Yeah,
Batman versus Superman, I'll still say it was okay and
Batman made
stuff.
that movie. I'm sorry.
Batman did make that movie, but I still feel it wasn't a Superman movie and stuff. So I felt it was more of a setup of a Justice League, which it was true. I don't care what anybody say. It was still a setup for the Justice League. I wish they would have did another Super. I wish Zack Snyder would have had the opportunity to do another Superman movie. I don't know what villain. I mean, Zack Snyder had an idea of what villain to use. I mean, it's multiple things he could have done, but uh, I don't know. The Man of Steel was it was great. It was a really good movie. I will borderline say I will almost give it that movie a because after we watching it last night and I was just thinking about it and just reflecting on it, that movie was really good. I mean, Zack Snyder did an awesome job with that and stuff. So I just wish they would have continued with that whole his whole universe because they would have. You know what? Think about this well, everything that happened in 2018 with the Justice League movie coming out and flopping, they would have came out. If they would have came out with a Snyder version of Justice League in 2018, and I think it would have be receptive better. Then we would have had a Ben Affleck Batman movie
Yep.
because it's supposed to have been Batman versus Deathstroke
Hmm.
and everybody wanted to see that and stuff, but that got canned because nobody, because Warner Brothers didn't like Justice League. We would have had a Superman movie already. We would have had a Flash movie already, and then we would have been right now. We would have been on another Justice League movie because they had that whole calendar,
Yeah.
and just like how their phases were, just like how
Hmm.
Marvel was,
Yeah.
we would have been into Justice League movie where they're going against Darkseid right now.
Yeah, man. Ever since watching Jack Snyder, now I wish that another one would come out where you can see, or
Yeah,
okay, or if that would have revived the series, we would have got all those movies leading up to Dark
I
Side
don't think they
again.
can. But the
So
issue is, I don't think they can because Warner Brothers wasted so much time because it's 2001 right now. Henry Cavill, he's not a young chicken when he did Man of Steel. Man of Steel, he was 28 years old. And that movie came out what 2015 15ish I
somewhere
think
around that,
maybe
yeah,
yeah around that time. And then you got Batman versus Superman came out 2018. That's Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is he's not young either and stuff and then you got all the other characters. So think about it. If they would have started production on a Superman movie, that would have been a different story. But now they got to write a story and then they got to do production. So that take like a couple years to do. And Henry Cavill, he's around our age already. So
yeah, and they haven't really shown the graphics power like Disney has. Disney can literally put a complete human being in there without having an actor. I mean, it takes a lot of time and money and all that. Like they did Star Wars Rogue One, where they put that general in there throughout the whole movie,
Yeah.
and you never would have thought that the guy was a fake character. Like it was just
Was
crazy.
that? But that man is still. It was pretty good for even though it wasn't. We not saying it's that long ago, but it really was a long time ago. But I mean, just think about what he could do right now if he had the opportunity to create. Because it's like graphic. I mean, CGI is getting so much better each year. So I don't know this stuff,
Yeah.
but I digress. Man, we've been talking on and
I
stuff
mean,
like that.
be
Let's go
honest
ahead
with
and
you,
wap this up.
I don't have anything else. I don't have anything else.
Yo,
We actually went through our articles. We didn't have much today. Again, life. Uh, I am very excited for Integrate, so I'm looking forward to that. I do need to hop on Resident Evil. I do need to get back on Outriders. Outriders was actually pretty fun. It to me it lacks a little bit, but it's right now it's fun. Oh, we forgot to talk about. I think Destiny's crossplay is supposed to come out soon, like next week or something. Um,
yeah, I hope
so
that comes soon. Yeah,
yeah, so Destiny needs that. Destiny needs crossplay. That game should have been
yeah,
had. They should have led the way for crossplay, and not let another studio come in and just do it for them. Because that's how I feel. That's how I feel like it feels.
yeah,
So if Destiny's crossplay, that may help me get back on it, with our friends and stuff. Because everybody's so separated. Because we have all these consoles and we have the Discord and we got a lot of stuff going on, and we're not all in the same chat anymore like we used to be. So
yeah,
so that and oh, another thing I hope E3 recommends before we get off, another Battlefield. I would love to see a new Battlefield game. I do miss like Call of Duty is amazing. I'm not gonna hold you. They did their thing. To me, I believe they've came back from all of the Call of Duties that I didn't too much care about with Modern Warfare. But I do miss bringing buildings down and landscape destruction and all that stuff. So I do miss that. I do miss that whole realism. Uh, Excuse me, man. I got the hiccups. So, but other than that, I have nothing. I'm on Dog Gaming, and I'm alongside with Max Chambliss. Did you release a video this week? Yeah, you did. Uh-oh, can you hear me? Uh-oh, sound like Max headphones went out. So, all right. Well, anyway, Max, I don't know if you can hear me, but we getting ready to go. So, peace out, everybody.